Hi everyone, it's Levi here, back with another video. So it's been about 4 months since the previous video that I did, and I just felt that since I'm 1 week away from liberation, it's time for me to do another video. And so in this video, I'm actually 280 already. I just hit 280 about a week plus ago. Yeah, so looking back at my Genesis journey so far, not this one, it's mission status. So yeah, I've cleared all the missions, including the Hila one. And I'm just left with one last Black Mage, which will be likely on the 1st of December. And then I'll finally be able to liberate my Genesis weapon, which is very nice. Yeah. And so some updates that I want to do from the previous video about also my dojo floor. So I hit a new dojo floor best of floor 64. I posted a video a few weeks or about a month back when there were stacked event buffs. Yeah, so it was like a 50k stat at floor 64 clear, which was very nice. Very nice. So on my dojo floor, I think next I'll talk about my stats, IA and hyper skills, but I will move to another place first, as usual. Let's go to where's Estonia? Here. Wait, can't go like that. Let's go. Alright, back in Estonia, the home of Adeles. Firstly, let me talk about my stats. So actually, isn't be a big change. If you look at it, it's about 50k stat. In the previous video, it was around 51. And so with Super Warrior is about 1.6, but this is actually with Black Heart. Yeah, so let's say if I were to use my Fairy Heart, it will be around 52.6k stat. Yeah, so the Black Heart is expiring, but usually it will go with Fairy Heart lah. So it's around this stat line. Alright, so let's look at this stat line. For IA, it remain the same, if I'm not wrong. It's also still 19% CD skip, 90% crit rate, and 7% damage inflicted. Yeah. So these are my values for now. Next, I want to talk about the V matrix first. Actually, so for Adeles, actually there is a new trio that there's a new skill that you can put in your trio. So it actually creates a 5 trio 7 skills scenario here. So the last trio is actually the last skill is actually Impale, Resonance, and Marker. Because of the changes to Marker that was done, as well as Resonance actually. So basically in the most recent patch, we know that now Resonance damage has been increased by like 4 times, from 120% to 502%. And Marker also has actually it's the same damage, just that if you have multiple monsters in the boss map, like let's say Lucid, right, you're able to deal max damage against all of them. So it's like a QL, I would say. It's more like a QL. Yeah. So you can include this new Impale, Resonance, Marker trio into your V matrix. If you don't know how to do so, I think the GMS, Discord, the Adele Discord and GMS, or even the MapleSEA Adele Discord that was created recently has the instructions, and you can always ask how to proceed with doing it. Yeah, so I'll put the link to joining the Adele Discord for MapleSEA Adeles in the description, so you all can join if you are MapleSEA Adeles. Yeah. So the rest of the V matrix remain roughly the same. There isn't much of a change from here. As for hyper skills passives, well, there's been some considerable changes that you can do if you want. Mainly, I would say those that remain the same is Territory Persist, Blossom, cooldown reduction. These two are quite stable, along with Resonance extra healing, because you know our Ether is very important in our damage overall, as well as maintaining our order. So for those that can be changed out, be either Nobility, Shield Reinforce, or Tide Persistence. Let's say you want to maximize your damage in Dojo, you could always take out Tide Persistence for Trigger Reinforce. Just know that Trigger Reinforce as a hyper skill itself is not the most useful, because there are only a few skills in Adeles kit that are trigger skills. So what are they? I think this is one of them, Punto. Then the other two skills are actually divide as well as threat. So there are only 3 like actual trigger skills, and only 2 of them you'll actually be using them most of the time, which is divide and threat. So actually trigger skills are not super useful in the overall scheme of things, because if you've done a BA before for Adele, actually order, which is when you summon your swords, they actually usually post the highest amount of damage in a proper BA, or it could be infinite. Yeah, so it depends on, it's usually those two lah that will fit the highest damage numbers. Yeah, so hyper skills, passives, these are those that I usually go with. For Union, I think my Union went up by a bit to 8.7k. That's nothing much. I'm making a new hyper burning Yubo as a sub main. It's also very useful for the Union unit, because at level 250 you get an additional 1% crit damage from +5 to +6. So yeah, getting an SSS on Yubo or Hayato is actually quite useful. That's why I use my hyper burning on my Yubo. So on the way up to SSS now. And of course, let's look at Monster Life. For Monster Life, I'm at level 39. Really close to level 40 to get Petit Lumi. For mobs, they're roughly the same. I think maybe I have 1 or 2 missing now, like Pink Bean, because those need like rolling and stuff. But the rest of the key stats I do have are mainly like crit rate, damage, boss damage, ID, and of course a bit of CD skip. Yeah, so these are some things, some updates from the previous video. Alright, let's just look at the equips next. I think this is what everyone will be interested about usually. So let's look at the equips with my stat board here. So yeah, for equips, the main changes that went through were transitioning from Absols to ACS. The rest of the equips, I think they remain roughly the same. Yeah, so firstly we have the Divine King Ring of Dawn. It's a very nice port, 27% main port, and an app port 3-liner of 13%. So effectively this is about 40% strength. Scrolling is done with first slot 6 Wa, 3 strength, and 3 dex, followed by 3 slots of Prem Wa for all +4 Wa. So total it is +18 Wa from just scrolling, total of 112 Wa. So that's my DKR. Next is the Signet. This is an upgrade. I upgraded this Signet from the previous video. It was only 27% strength. Now it's 30 and 9 with full black scrolling. So yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite nice for Signet. Next I have the Scarlet Ring, which remain the same, mainly because of its tradability. It doesn't have too many special things about it. Yeah, 27% strength main port with 7% net port. Scrolling is not very well done, but it was bought at quite a relatively cheap price back then, so it's quite fine. Next is the Weapon Jump Strength 4, which is a staple seed ring that I have all the while. My Pink Holy Grail Cup, which is 7 and 60. Very nice flame. Did not change out since the previous time. Next is the Frontier B Black Pendant. It's a 30% strength main port with 9% strength app port. Flame of 5 and 60, which is quite good for Frontier B, because Frontier B's flames tend to have a worse flame than Frontier C's. But this is very comparable to a decent Frontier C flame, which is very nice. Next is the Dom, 6 frag, 21% unique Dom pendant. Flame of 6 and 40. This did not change from the previous video, I believe. Yeah, so it's a very decent, how to say, starting Dom. Maybe looking to change this out soon. Don't know whether I would want to go for a better Dom, likely a better Dom, rather than going Daybreak, because I still don't really like having too many untradeable items. Like my DKR is one of the few that is like untradeable, but because I already had a few, I made like 22 star DKR, so I felt that, you know, since my Kana ring boom, I probably should just wear one. Yeah, so this Dormy, if it's an upgrade, probably gonna go to like LL Dormy out there. There's quite a few in the market. Yeah. Next is my weapon, which is a very nice 6-liner weapon. 22 star ACS tuner. The flame is PS 655 with a bit more strength, so it's like a 657 if you can think of it. It's very nice, but it's gonna leave my inventory very soon once I liberate. Hopefully my Genesis cubing goes decently well. Not just cubing, but also the soul, the flames. Yeah, let's just pray that everything goes well. But this tuner has served me really well in my liberation journey. Next is my Tyrant Belt, 24% strength main board, did not change. 6 and 48 flame, decent. Probably can use this, or even upgrade to 15 star Tyrant Belt. I think that would be quite a big gain actually in terms of my equips now. Next is my hat. So I think this one is definitely been quite upgraded. So now it's the airport is unique now. 8% strength airport. The main port is -296. Actually, in the previous video I might be using an Epso helm, not very sure. But yeah, because I transitioned to ACS set, so I decided to just wear the Fafnir hat. Also, the flame is quite decent, 6 and 56. It's not very easy to get a nice flame on overheads lah. So I think this is quite good. Also, I actually have a backup hat that I'm doing, which is this one, because the airport is quite disgusting, right? It's a 3-liner airport, but the main port I'm still in the midst of rolling, and yeah. So this hat might be a stat hat that I might consider using, but actually now cooldown hat is really too important because even hyper skills are affected. So marker is also affected by cooldown reduction now. So having more cooldown reduction is quite important. Yeah, so this hat, we'll see how it goes after I cube. Yeah, hopefully it gets 30% strength main port and we'll see how again. Next is my face, shiny red warrior meister, 30 and 9 with just an average flame because, you know, meisters face don't have good flame lah. Or scrolling wise, if I'm not wrong, it is full prem watt for, is it full prem watt? Yeah, full prem watt for 12 watt more. So it's 57 watt plus 57 watt, total 60 watt. So it's a very decent tradable face. Keep the flexibility with my kit. Next is my Aqua letter eye. Definitely hasn't changed since start of liberation or even the video I made. It's been with me all the while. And it's not gonna change unless I drop a eye patch or a black beam mark. So it could be either of those that will replace it. But so far I only dropped LCM. There's no eye patch so far. So yeah, we'll see how. But the Aqua letter has been very nice to me. Next, my Fafnir top and bottom, which both remain the same, I believe, from the previous video. So this is 27% strength main port, 11 watt and plus 2% strength airport, flame 636, which is average. For my pants, exactly the same main port, airport is about the same, plus 2% all stat and 10 watt. Flame is plus 4 and 88, which is slightly better. If it was like plus 5 and 88, it would be jackpot. But it's close enough. I think it's pretty good already. This is cash hammered, while the top is not, because I bought the bottom as it is. Yeah. So now we look at the first ACS part, which is actually my night shoes here. Okay, disclaimer first. All my ACS parts are not really done in terms of a lot of things. The flame, as well as the port, the main point airport. They're all only my glove is done. So for my shoes, it's 21% strength main port. Airport is just 2-liner of plus 2 and 10. Flame is trash. It's like an Epso flame now. So it really requires work, yeah, because I kind of self-made them, which is not advisable. I will talk about that later again. For the starts, it's still the same, 27% strength main port, full prem watt, and flame is plus 644, quite nice. Remain the same, nothing much about it. I can consider upgrading to a, like a 30 and 9 or 30 and 11 starts. Would be a decent game. I'll consider that. Next is my Knight Shoulders, 24% strength main board, very copious, and plus 4 and 10. Wow, that's for the airport. For the scrolling, it's actually quite sick because in 2 slots I got 12 wa and I don't know, is it 4 strength or 3 strength? I'm not very sure, but the fact that I got 12 wa in 2 slots, basically it's plus 6 plus 6. That was very shocking. Yeah, so it's really very well screwed, but the port requires some work, so it could be further hexa if all my other parts are done. Yeah, but this is in the horizons of the future for hexa. Next is my ACS gloves. So this item was bought as it is. It wasn't pre-made, self-made or anything. So this Knight Mates here is a flame of 5 and 102, which is what I would look for in a normal ACS flame. Main port is 2-line crit damage, replaces my old 2-line crit damage Absol glove. Airport is plus 4 and yeah, just plus 4 line itself. Next I bought a Broid F, not handy holdable yet. Something to think about after liberation So I'm not really a handy hold person. Next is my Gold Knight emblem. That remain the same, 35.99 and 21% airport. Nothing much to say about it. It's an endgame emblem. Next is my badge, Crystal Ventus badge. For badge options, the other 2 options are 7-day Monster Parker badge, which gives you extra 20% IED because of the item as well as set effect, as well as Black Mage badge, which is something I will never look at unless fortune drops from the sky But yeah, Crystal Ventus badge is what I'm sticking with. 7-day Monster Parker medal, of course. Quite nice. Nothing much about this. Next is my secondary, which remain the same. It's just a normal P now secondary. But it's a 6-liner, of course. My main 6-liner secondary. Main port of 35, 39, airport 21% attack and 12% boss. This item is gonna be there forever. Irreplaceable item, unless I'm looking to quit or downgrade. Yeah. Next is my ACS cape. It's 21% strength main port, 13 wa airport, flame is junk. And lastly, my Fairy Heart, which is just 18% strength Fairy Heart. Yeah, so these are all my quips since the previous video. Moving forward, what I will need to do next is quite clear Once I liberate, I will need to play my Genesis weapon. So that will be the main thing I will do first, flaming and souling, followed by cubing. Slightly, there is a anticipated or rumored DMD coming soon, and I'll use that DMD to try and tear it to LL. And then for lines wise, really we'll see if how well the tearing goes. If the tearing goes well, I might actually go for cubing of my lines quite early on. If not, it should just be waiting for hexa for the lines as usual. As for my ACS parts, my cape and my shoes definitely require hexaing of my main port, and the excess flames from my Genesis flaming will go to them. So I'm expecting to get quite a big jump instead actually. This item can easily get another 50 strength. So do this item can easily get another 30 to 40 strength in terms of stat gain. Yeah. As for shoulder, it's actually about 27% strength already because it's 15% off stat. So this one will be hexad only if my shoe and my cape, the hexa goes well enough Yeah. So those are for my ACS items. What else do I have to upgrade? Well, I could upgrade my Dom as I mentioned. Actually looking at LL Dom in the market now, it's quite nice. A decent flame and a very good port. So yeah, if I could upgrade to that, it would be a decent game. This item is definitely one of the most interesting item in my inventory. I could upgrade it I just get an eye patch, but that will go with a book lah. It really depends because I'm not a big fan of going dark boss items before completing the rest of my items, which means minimally my ACS has to be LU with 2-line airport, and then I'll consider going for like dark boss items. So that's my premise for my thought process. So that's about it for my equips. For my goals post liberation, I'll definitely try and go for higher dojo floor. As for all the bosses, I already cleared up to C DAS. Aquila I haven't cleared 4 bars, but it is very doable because yeah, actually I can go and clear it anytime. But I already got an achievement, so it's a bit lazy, you know. But maybe post liberation I'll do a 4 bar Hila video. But honestly it's so boring. You're just gonna watch me hit Hila, jump around. I think the more interesting one will be Junko, because Junko is publicly known as one of the hardest bosses to clear, you know. Without BOD, without those sea earrings, curling, that kind of thing. So yeah, those are like future goals that I want to do. So I cleared normal Saren. If you haven't watched the video, you can go and watch it. It was an interesting run. It's like just like my 3rd run or something, and we cleared it already because the party was quite overgeared. And of course, a Black Mage solo is something on my mind for quite a while, which is why I'm looking to still upgrade my items and things like that, because I'm not ready to leave the game yet unless something happens otherwise. So yeah, those are the things that are my future goals. Yeah, I forgot to mention about my authentic symbol, my authentic force. So it's actually at 170 now. Sonium is closer to level up than Hotel. Yeah. So when Odeon comes out, I'll get another quite easily a +1 or +2 quite quickly. So 200 authentic force would, or 190 to 200 will easily make it quite doable for hard Saren. Yeah, I mean I already have enough damage at my floor and my level and my authentic force to be part of a contributing member of a hard Saren party. Yeah, so I have a party working towards hard Saren, of course. Yeah. Apart from that, I think that's pretty much it for the update so far. I want to thank everybody for consistently, you know, supporting and watching the channel. You know, I watch it go from like 0 subs to now like 84 subs, which is nice. It's not like a big YouTuber kind of thing, but it never hurts, you know, to see people subscribing, people liking your videos, people disliking your videos. So you see like which videos are not so well liked, and of course getting nice views on, you know, some big videos that you make. Yeah. So it's a very humbling experience so far, and I'm always looking to bring forward more content, you know, as much as possible that is not degenerative like golden apples or gachas. No, I'm just kidding. I mean those are fun things to do, but it's not my thing. Yeah, I don't open too many of them. So I think with that, come to end of this short like pre-liberation video, my equips. So once again, thank you everyone for watching, and see everyone in the next video, which is likely my final Black Mage run, my Genesis Soul and Flame video. Yeah. Thank you everyone, and bye bye.